All right, today we're going to tackle a classic trading puzzle that's, a bit of a brain teaser, even for people who do this stuff all of the time. We're going to break down exactly how to find the maximum possible profit from stock trades, and you'll see how a problem that seems really complex actually has a surprisingly simple and really elegant solution. So, let's dive in. So, here's the setup. Picture this. You've got a stock's price history laid out in front of you. You get two shots, two complete transactions, a buy and a sell twice, to make as much cash as you possibly can. Sounds straightforward, right? But how do you make sure you found the absolute best combination of trades? Okay, so there are a few rules that make this tricky. First, you're just working with a fixed list of prices. No crystal balls here. Second, you can do at most two transactions. That's key, because sometimes one really great trade is way better than two so-so ones. And the biggest rule, you absolutely have to sell your first share before you can buy your second one. You can't have overlapping trades. The real breakthrough for solving this puzzle comes when you stop thinking about dates and prices and start thinking in terms of states. We're going to reframe the whole problem by tracking just 4 distinct stages of our trading journey. And these are our 4 key variables. Think of them as the best possible financial spot you could be in at each step. So buy one is your best position after that first purchase. We'll actually track it as a negative number because it's money we've spent. Then sell one is your max profit after you sell that first share. Buy two is where you're at after you've reinvested and bought your second share. And finally, sell two, that's your grand total, the final profit after that second sale. We're just going to update these 4 numbers every single day. What we're really building here is a simple state machine. And hey, don't let that term scare you. It's just a fancy way of saying we have a system with a few specific states, in our case, our 4 variables, and it just chugs along, updating itself based on one new piece of information at a time. And for us, that new info is just the next day's stock price. And this is what's so cool about it. Our little machine doesn't need to predict the future. It just looks at today's price. And for each of our 4 states, it asks a really simple question. Is my old record for this state better, or can I get a better deal based on today's price? It's all about making the smartest possible choice right here, right now. Okay, theory's one thing, but let's actually see this machine do its job. We're going to run through a real example, step by step, to make it all crystal clear. All right, here's our sample data, a list of stock prices over 8 days. Our mission, should we choose to accept it, is to use our state machine to squeeze every last penny of profit out of this exact sequence. Okay, let's walk through this table. Day 1, price is 3. Our best buy one is now -3 because we just spent $3. Simple enough. Day 2, price is still 3, so nothing changes. But watch this. Day 3, the price jumps to 5. Now it gets interesting. Look at sell 1. We ask, should we stick with our old profit of 0 or sell now? Well, our cost was -3 and today's price is 5, so selling today gives us a profit of 2. That's better than 0, so sell 1 updates to 2. Now for the really clever part. Day 4, the price crashes to 0. Look at buy 1. Is it better to hold on to our old purchase at a cost of 3? Or could we just buy today for free? Well, of course, buying for 0 is better. So buy 1 updates from -3 to 0. The machine just ditched our bad entry point for a perfect one. And that decision cascades down. We just keep doing that for every single sell, always asking, stick with what I've got or make a new move today. And by the time we get to the end, the machine has explored every path and found the best one for us. And there you have it. After processing every single price, the final number sitting in our sell 2 state is 6. That is the maximum profit we could have possibly made. And that's really the heart of it. By just methodically updating these 4 little numbers, we guarantee that the very last one, sell 2, holds the answer. The machine has done all the hard work of remembering the best possible moves for us at every step. Now, you might be thinking, okay, that's a cool trick, but is there another way to look at it? And yes, there is. Let's check out a different approach that actually confirms our result and gives us another layer of understanding. We can literally split the problem in 2. The idea here is basically divide and conquer. Imagine you could draw a dividing line after any day in our price list. For every single one of those possible split points, we're going to do 2 calculations. First, what's the absolute best single trade I could make on the left side of the line? And second, what's the best single trade I could make on the right side? So for every day, we just add the best profit from the left to the best profit from the right. This gives us a whole list of potential total profits. And you guessed it, the biggest number in that list is going to be our answer. It's a totally different way of thinking about it, but it gets you to the exact same place. So if both methods work, why is that state machine approach so much more elegant? It's because it's actually the super optimized final version of a much more complicated algorithm. Let's pull back the curtain and see what's really going on. Yeah, that four-variable method didn't just appear out of thin air. It's the end result of a smart process of optimization that comes from a really powerful idea in computer science called dynamic programming. You see, the brute force way to solve this would start with a massive table tracking every possible state and transaction. But then you have a realization. To figure out today's best moves, you only need to know yesterday's results. You don't need the whole history. That lets you shrink that giant table down to just a few lists. And then, with one more clever insight, you realize you can shrink those lists down even further, all the way down to just 4 numbers. Our little state machine is the final stop on this optimization train. So those 4 little variables, buy 1, sell 1, buy 2, and sell 2, they are doing a ton of heavy lifting. They are the leanest, most efficient representation of a much bigger, more complex computational idea. And that is what makes this whole solution so beautiful. And that kind of leaves us with a final fun question to think about. We've totally cracked this puzzle for 2 trades. But what if you could make 3 trades, or 4, or any number of trades? How would you take this state machine logic and scale it up? It's a fantastic problem to chew on, and it really shows you how powerful these core patterns can be. Thanks for tuning in.